It was 10 o'clock at night on the 14th of December 2025 when Trooper Middlecoff spotted an SUV with expired tags. For a moment it looked like he was about to pull over, but then apparently lost his nerve and took off, blasting through stop signs and railway lines in the middle of rural Arkansas.
Wow.
Five, you right?
John, we're getting back on 61, going north, 1037.
With suspect reaching over 80 miles an hour gliding sideways across the road, he tried pitting the Ford Explorer, but this only angered the trooper, and in seconds, he sent it spinning 1.5 turns, but this only allowed the suspect to take off again in the opposite direction.
TBI, TBI, TBI.
10-4. 10-4.
Speed's 86.
Where you at?
Still on 150.
10-4, eastbound on 150. Still not close enough.
Stand by. I'm trying to get more information from State Police.
When Trooper Middlecoff caught up, he was done playing games, but the suspect wasn't, and when he pitted him 180 degrees, he swung wildly back, losing car parts before setting off once again through a rice field. Bouncing over a ridge finally took him out.
You're gonna get shot! Stay where you're at!
Alright.
Don't move!
Yeah, I just want to call my mom!
I don't care! You keep moving! You keep moving, you're gonna get shot! Don't get out of the car! Hey!
State channel is that.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground, you're gonna get shot! Get on the ground! I don't want to die! Get on the ground!
The trooper took aim, but the suspect still ignored orders and managed to break free. He yet again ran off, but was soon caught. Backup was called, and the trooper cut his head after falling, but didn't require medical attention. The suspect was lucky he didn't get shot, booked into Greene County Jail, and faced a laundry list of new charges. What should have been a simple traffic stop nearly turned into disaster. It was October 5th, 2025 at approximately 1:20 p.m. when Trooper Brandon Walker was traveling eastbound on US 412 near mile marker 303 when a white Honda CBR 600 barreled past right beside him at 90 in a 65. When Trooper Walker flicked on the lights and sirens, he kept going, blasting through red lights at intersections and crossing double yellows without any regard for his own life. Trooper Belt joined the pursuit and positioned himself to stop the bike, but even when he blocked oncoming lanes, the biker veered around him and blasted off. The biker changed tactics and sped off into traffic, hoping to lose the trooper. It worked for a minute, but then he was surprised to see the patrol car right behind him as he blasted through another red light.
Old Missouri Road. to turn around.
He tried the same thing but had to switch it up again, and this time it meant flying off at over 120 miles an hour on South Turner Street. At the intersection with Lakeview Drive, there was a park with bikers and runners, but his recklessness wasn't deterred, and he darted through the stop sign into residential neighborhoods, with Trooper Belt chasing him back through the streets and back out again. Trooper Walker was quick to set up a roadblock, and this was when the bikers' luck finally ran out.
Right there, let's go there.
He's down. He's down.
Yeah, let's go there.
You mean ambulance?
The suspect was identified as Jimmy D. Townsend. Due to the injuries he sustained, the Springdale Fire Department transported him to the Washington Regional Medical Center. After being treated and cleared by medical staff, he was taken to the Washington County Detention Center. What could have been a simple traffic stop turned into a distressing crash with a wrecked motorbike. Maybe next time he'll think twice before testing Arkansas State Police. On September 15, 2025, at approximately 9 p.m., Officer Jacobs was patrolling Interstate 630 westbound near the 6-mile marker and noticed a white Infiniti entering I-630 westbound from the John Barrow Road on-ramp, accelerating to 80 miles per hour in a 55 zone. When it transferred onto I-430 northbound, he pulled it over. For a minute, it seemed he'd stop, but he simply pulled the classic getaway tactic.
49 Little Rock, 1037.
1062, ground 49.
Making a left, he just hit the retaining wall, he's still going. Going west on Maumelle Boulevard.
West on Maumelle Boulevard.
That's my belt.
West on Maumelle. Speed's 132. Try to pit him out.
When Officer Jacobs caught up again, the suspect decided to take things up a notch. As if turning off his lights barreling past at 120 miles an hour wasn't enough, he swerved around cars on the shoulder and ran red lights before speeding off again.
Still west on Maumelle, passing on the shoulder.
Still west, passing on the shoulder.
He's still blacked out, we're headed west, speed's 100. Traffic's light.
Traffic light, still blacked out, speed 100.
With the suspect now forced to slow down in traffic on Maumelle Boulevard, the officer positioned himself for a pit when the suspect slowed after a corner. But he saw it coming and braked abruptly, causing the officer to pass him. But then he made the mistake of passing the officer on the driver's side and got pitted again as he tried to speed past. With the car kicking up a dust cloud after smashing into a tree, officers rapidly moved in.
TVI, TVI, TVI! Hands! Show me your fucking hands! Little Rock, roll over. Start medical.
Officers ordered the suspect out the car, but what they didn't know before the pit was that there were 2 children in the back seats, a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old. The driver initially refused to hand them over, but eventually they're extracted from the crash, given to EMS, and then handed over to the mother. The suspects identified as Willie Wright Jr., who stated he had no reason for fleeing. Further investigation of the vehicle revealed an open bottle of Jack Daniels. He's transported to Baptist Health Medical Center before the Pulaski County Jail. What could have been a simple traffic stop ended in multiple felony counts, including crimes against children for not having them properly strapped in. On September 11th, 2025, at approximately 9:50, Sequoia County Sheriff's Office and Roland Police Department were in pursuit of a suspect vehicle eastbound on I-40. The suspect was driving a new Jeep and suspected of producing counterfeit money. He exited onto Interstate 540 southbound at exit 7, and a mile later, Trooper Price tried to execute a pit maneuver, but he accelerated out of it, leading police on a high-speed chase.
Got the Cloverleaf going for TBI. Another TBI, successful. Still southbound. Past Cloverleaf. Careful, unsuccessful past Cloverleaf. Speed 98. Careful, speed 98.
Somebody up there around the 5 got spikes ready.
11's at 3.
You got spikes out?
Hey, we're coming out to you, 11. Speed 85.
The suspect kept going, pushing 100 miles an hour, swerving between lanes, and driving on the shoulder. When the trooper lined up for another pit at the 3rd exit, he immediately saw it coming and shifted left before accelerating fast again. Just after, spike strips were deployed, but he swerved around them before crossing the Arkansas River Bridge.
Right there's the Jeep. Oh man, don't do that.
I don't think you get it. Sure, no.
With the Jeep swerving and braking erratically, and with the go-ahead of his supervisor, Trooper Price decided time was up. He executed a clean pit, which made the Jeep smash into the concrete median, roll onto its side, and drift across the highway. With sparks flying and smoke rising, officers pulled the suspect from the passenger window, smashing his knee onto the ground.
Go over, TBI. TBI! 1316, roll over. 10-4, TBI, roll over.
When the suspect only put his right hand behind his back, Trooper Price feared he may pull out a weapon and hit his back with the stun gun. This forced him to oblige, and he was taken into custody. He was identified as Maurice Gonzalez of Georgia and was taken to Mercy Hospital in Fort Smith for treatment of minor injuries before being booked into the Crawford County Jail. He was charged with fleeing with substantial danger of death, reckless driving, resisting arrest, no insurance, expired tags, possession of 2 grams of meth, and its related smoking pipe. While he may have gotten away with illegal activities in Georgia, he was no match for the determined fury of Arkansas State Police. It was midnight on Friday, September 19th, 2025, when Officer Jacobs was on the shoulder of Interstate 30, near the 133-mile marker, assisting a stranded motorist with a flat tire when he spotted a pursuit passing him. He quickly caught up, became primary, and executed a clean pit, sending the Nissan Juke spinning wildly across all lanes. The driver, however, decided the game wasn't up and veered off the interstate via the 139 off-ramp.
Still 30 east, south interchange.
With 4 speed, 125 south interchange.
You have a plate on it?
It's going to be AZK82Y, AZK82Y.
10-4. Still 30 east. Approaching the 139. Just go through TBI.
What's it? 47 letter, I'll come secondary, I'll call it. TBI 139.
TBI 139. Car's corrected. It's going back on the road. Checking the 139 now.
After swerving left around a red light and under an overpass, Trooper Jacobs pitted him again, forcing the Nissan backwards into the wall of an auto parts store.
Coming up on Roosevelt, taking a left. TBI.
Trooper Parada moved in to pin him, preventing another escape.
Hey, wait, look, watch how I get in here without resistance. You don't have to be so rough.
Have a seat.
Damn.
Have a seat.
God.
The suspect was taken into custody without further incident and charged with fleeing and reckless driving. It was midday on the 4th of July, 2025, and Trooper Bob Love was patrolling U.S. Highway 65 when a purple Dodge Charger had the nerve to speed past him at 90 in a 75. The suspect had previously ran from a traffic violation, and he was determined to do so again. He took off, immediately taunting the trooper. Minutes later, he was spotted by Trooper Parker, and he was back to his antics, signaling a right at an exit but then staying on the highway.
Continued on the interstate. 46 primary.
25, they're like, I'll be you primary.
20.
You got a gap on it, he's cutting in and out, other people are primary.
After getting off on the 118 service road, he came back onto Interstate 530 and hit the gas. Once again, stop sticks were poorly timed and missed, but speeds were now hitting 140, and with the Charger almost hitting a car, coming back onto the 116 exit, it was only a matter of time before a crash. With a roundabout approaching, that's exactly what happened.
Still on the 30 westbound.
We are passing to PDASP Benton.
10-4.
Red dog, vehicle on the turn.
10 forward to 20.
The suspect was identified as John Robert Stevenson. He was charged with speeding 167 miles per hour in a 65 zone, criminal mischief, battery, fleeing, reckless driving, improper passing, fictitious tags, and obstructing government operations. He also struck a brand new Toyota Grand Highlander patrol car. After a lengthy pursuit through Pulaski and Saline counties, he was booked into the Pulaski County Jail. Instead of yielding when ordered to, Mr. Stevenson decided to celebrate Independence Day by wrecking his new Charger. Here's hoping he had full insurance, otherwise he'll continue paying for a car he's no longer got. It was the 14th of May, 2025, when Trooper Burris was advised by dispatch that a White County deputy was in pursuit of a gold Pontiac Grand Am for driving left of center and careless driving near State Highway 385. They tried boxing it in with the help of a trucker, but the other deputy wasn't decisive enough, and the Pontiac accelerated off.
to back off, I'm hitting him.
I'll call it out secondary.
Feeling threatened, the suspect swerved over the shoulder and accelerated out of the box, gaining ground before the trooper decided enough was enough and pitted him at approximately 110 miles an hour, causing the vehicle to spin several times counterclockwise while colliding with the cable barrier. But that wasn't the last of their troubles.
TBI. Let me see your hand! Let me see your hand! Get out of the car!
The officers ordered the suspect out at gunpoint, but he refused to comply with commands to exit the vehicle. A White County deputy deployed a non-lethal beanbag round at the vehicle, but the suspect still wasn't playing ball. Eventually, he exited with a beer bottle in his hand, but an officer still tased him for refusing to get on the ground. He was arrested and taken to the White County Detention Center via ambulance. While his charges weren't released, he's sure to go down with felony fleeing and resisting arrest. A broken Pontiac and a couple years in prison should be long enough to think twice about testing Arkansas State Police. It was June 12th at 12:30 at night when Trooper Schwab was sitting stationary on I-49 southbound when he spotted a black Cadillac sedan with a defective taillight. When they arrived at Highway 71, the suspect made a U-turn onto South Fulbright, and that's when Trooper pitted him, sending him spinning into the grass median. He took off down oncoming lanes, but he wasn't done yet.
Nope, he's on the wrong way. Shit. Alright.
What's your play?
We're still, we are getting back on northbound. Stand by.
I didn't understand what you said.
Nobody cares. Northbound 49 from exit 61. This car's tore up pretty bad.
If we're not heading northbound, that's 61. Northbound on the southbound way.
Negative. We're driving the correct way now.
And as if losing his rear bumper wasn't enough, he barreled on, clocking over 140 miles an hour on the trooper's radar. He swerved between traffic on I-49 with every lane change a gamble, when pitting him at those speeds could turn out fatal for everyone involved. Instead, officers set up spike strips ahead, and they hit multiple tires on the car. They soon deflate at those speeds and turn into shreds as the suspect pushes on.
Westbound approach to the 69. Speed 130, no traffic. Westbound 69, no traffic.
When the vehicle started to slow due to the busted tires, Trooper Schwab pitted him a second time just south of exit 73, sending sparks flying from the right front wheel as the shredded tire launched into the air. With smoke billowing from under the hood, officers rushed in and arrested Michael Dorsey, who limped to the back seat of a patrol car. He said his gas pedal was stuck, which is why he did not stop the car. With possibly the worst excuse to go on, he was medically cleared, then taken to Washington County Jail, where he was charged with felony fleeing, unauthorized use of property, driving the wrong way, driving on a suspended license, speeding, and defective tail lamps. He was also charged with contempt of court and faces a $3,500 fine after he failed to appear in court. He could just have stopped and faced a couple misdemeanors, but instead he floored it, crashed, and shook himself up. It was May 2nd, 2023, when Trooper Hernandez was called to assist the Hazen Police Department in capturing Tigo Caldero, who was previously deported and had an active felony immigration warrant. He was also wanted out of Tennessee in connection to a homicide. Trooper Hernandez quickly became primary as other cars moved to the right lane, and a trucker swerved in to cut off the suspect. But it wasn't enough, and he accelerated to over 100 miles an hour, pushing the Nissan Rogue to its limits.
Am I able to pit at this speed? I got a spot right here.
Good.
Said 10-4? He cut me off. I wasn't able to get it just then. It's going to be Tennessee tags 450430. Tennessee 450430.
For a moment, the suspect looked like he was going to take the exit, but he swerved back onto I-40 westbound at the last second. He dodged between heavy trucks and wavered between lanes, wagering his life on his driving skills. When the trooper eyed a gap in traffic, he set up for a pit, but it soon became too thick and he pulled off.
Yeah, I got a spot right here. Come on now, let me get it. Too much traffic. Couldn't pit him right there, we had traffic. We're going to be staying 40 west, about to come up to the north interchange.
'67 55, I'll follow behind you, call it.
He's passing, he's going up here on the right, stand by.
When the suspect managed to weave through traffic, Trooper Hernandez tried to use the left shoulder as another lane, but a combination of slow trucks and roadwork signs blocked his catch-up. That's when Trooper Grace stepped in, managing to find space between lanes. When the Nissan took exit 153A towards Fort Smith, he pitted him at over 110 miles an hour, causing the car to hit the concrete median head-on, overturn, and roll back into the median again.
Okay, right now, 40 west still. Got to be about medium for about 110 right now. We got a pit, roll over, pit, roll over, stand by.
The driver was taken into custody by the Hazen Police Department, transported to the Prairie County Jail, and faced 3 charges: aggravated assault, felony fleeing, and driving while under the influence of drugs. Immigration and Customs Enforcement issued a detainer on Tigo Caldero for being a deported felon with an active warrant. The fact that the trooper was able to pit him in heavy traffic at the same time as preventing any innocent motorist from getting caught in the crash is a testament to how easy Arkansas state troopers make it seem.